And I think we are now live. We're trying a different format on the Fantasy Couch podcast. We're going live on all our major platforms, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. We're trying new things. This is the first time we're doing this, so it's going to be a little bit bumpy. Appreciate you guys tuning in. We're ready to talk about NFL trades. We're ready to talk about fantasy football rookies and whatever else you might have. When you guys write comments, chime in. We like your participation. We'll be able to see it. We're going to be bringing in a new member. We'll see how long this lasts. We got Andrew Eggers. What's up, man?
How's it going? I'm doing well.
We're going to try to have him produce the show and just be on here, do a 3-man podcast. Hopefully he'll be a regular. And, of course, we got Mike Mattal. How about them Niners?
How about them Niners, baby? No Mac Jones.
No, Max. People made fun of us. I was so mad. Everyone I mean, I yelled at you for 4 hours about Mac Jones. For no,
I did it to Jinx.
Yeah, I know your reason. Yeah. I get that. But
I had to do it.
All these freaking guys were making fun of me, and I didn't like it because I don't think you should make fun of me for something that never happened and never did happen. Like, everyone was making fun of me. Mac Jones is going to get drafted. It didn't happen. I got the guy I wanted, so I'm very happy. We got a question. So I can look at this. Watch this.
Already?
Wow.
You guys want Niner? Julio is a Niners fan. So
okay,
is that a good reunion?
No, this isn't. It says he says y'all
Drew,
want
you're supposed
Julio
to read
as
the
Niners fans.
So I'm training Drew as we go along. So Drew, if you were going to say something you're supposed to say Miggs 88.
Yeah.
Asks. So go ahead, do that.
Hey Miggs 88, welcome to the show. And hey, he's got a question. Says y'all want Julio as a Niners fan?
Okay, Boomer.
I'd say yes. I don't know if we have much to offer though. We're gonna throw a lowball offer and see if it sticks. If it somehow sticks, I'll take it.
If we can get him for a second and a third, you have to do it. I think championship window's closing, and even Julio's window's closing. He's 32. He's probably got 2 prime years left, and that's all we need.
I don't think these are going to go for a second and a third, honestly. I mean, a first-round pick is supposedly on the table, and to be honest, we don't have Julio doing a holdout. Yeah. Julio would have to hold out and say, I want to go to this team and this team only for.
That's not a realistic scenario, right? That's what you.
He's not that kind of guy.
Exactly. Well, I mean, I just don't think it would. I don't think that's really realistic. I don't think that has a realistic shot of happening. So, I mean, I think one team is going to probably offer a first rounder because look, I got this list here and this list is incomplete. Like it's not the best list, but it's something to go off of. So basically what I'm bringing this list up to show you what landing spots for Julio is there's probably 10, 12 teams that would love Julio on their squad. Colts, Titans, Niners, Chargers, Patriots. I'm going to go ahead and add the Cardinals, Eagles, Raiders. Let's add Green Bay Packers to try to entice Rodgers to actually show up and have the other wide receivers show up to camp. Chiefs, Browns. Guys, am I missing a team? Is another team? Probably missing one.
I think you probably have the right team pegged. I mean, that's basically it. You're not going to have the Dolphins or Texans jump in there. They got either no team or too many wide receivers already. So I think you got the right list.
Yeah. So
Ravens. Miggs says Ravens.
There we go. Yes, that's one.
What about Lions?
They're dumb, so maybe, but let's not put them on the.
They got a couple first round picks to play with.
They're dumb, like they might do it. Yeah, I mean, but that's a dumb move. So let's just say 12 teams. So I don't think the Niners lowball offer is gonna stick, but.
It's got to be Titans. I mean, the smart move would be to pair him with AJ Brown, and the two of them would just wreak havoc. But we'll see, in June.
What about the Patriots? A lot of people are saying he's going to go to the Patriots. Is that happening, or do they even have the capital to do that?
So there's a professional troll account on Twitter that already reported on the fake trade that N'Keal Harry and a slew of picks. Went to the Falcons for Julio Jones. So talk about lowball offers. I think the Patriots are going to offer one. But I mean, that's the question I was going to ask. Like, What's an ideal spot? What's a sexy?
I could see Raiders. Spot. I could honestly see Raiders. They need a vet like in that locker room because I think, they have a young receiving court and he would give a lot of veteran experience to that.
So you guys know we got a comment to John Gonza. He said he wants to play with Cam. Cam Newton is New England Patriots quarterback for now. What do you guys think about that?
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
So go like this. Drew, you gotta be faster. You go like this. John Gonza says he said he wants to play with Cam.
Yeah, like that.
Here we go.
Like
we got a Facebook user. We know it works. Wow. We know it works on Facebook.
Yeah, it's working.
This is tight.
By the way. It's all platforms.
It's covering Mike's face though.
That's fine.
We didn't plan, but if that's the only hiccup, like we'll roll with it.
That's fine. People know what I look like as long as my hat's showing.
Yeah, the hat's showing.
Yeah.
The question kind of revolves around: does Julio make a holdout? Does he, give him a list like other players have?
Yeah, that's a good question. What do you?
I think he does. Think? I think he has a list he gave them. Like, I will play for these teams, and I think he does. It would be foolish to think that he doesn't have any say in where he's going to end up.
There might be a handful of teams he gives a list for, but they're still going to take the best offer. I mean, he's not the type that's going to hold out necessarily. I don't think.
But how many years left on his contract? Like, could he theoretically say, like, okay, I'll sign here, but I won't like sign an extension? Or does he have to play like multiple seasons past this season?
I know he has a $15 million cap charge. He signed a front-loaded 3-year, $66 million contract extension in 2019. So he's now under contract for 5 years starting then.
So he would have to, kind of agree to play for this whoever team for the next 2 seasons at least.
They could always restructure. I mean, that's a new thing.
Restructure is probably very likely. I don't think this holdout scenario that Drew's saying is like, has that ever even happened? Like, is that
not for someone who has a contract like he does? I don't
for
think.
A trade. Like, I don't. You better trade. Like as he's talking,
Rodgers is trying to do it right now.
But Rodgers could just retire though, so I mean he'd be third into. I'm just saying like as he's talking, like he could just get traded, which that team may not do it because they want to know like an extension and whatnot. I don't know. I don't see the holdout, but I don't think he has much of an influence. I would say that there's certain factors that are tiebreakers. I think this is just another tiebreaker. Like, hey, we got these 2 deals. They're exactly the same. Which one do you want to go to? And he'll be like, I want to go to the team that doesn't suck. And
yeah. So Raiders are off then, most likely. Yeah.
Raiders wherever Aaron Rodgers is getting traded.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about that. Do you think he's going to get traded?
Well, hold on. Well, really quick about Julio Jones.
You got it.
He's old. How old is he?
32.
Exactly? 32. When's he turn 30? Like, is he an old 32, young 32?
Mike's got a comment out there. He agrees with you.
Oh, for sure.
On the contract.
Yeah. So you're trading for a player that's old. You got to also expect, that's the thing, that they may not have a first round pick on the table, is that this guy, you got to expect him to miss about. So he's missed about 15% of his career. And if you include the games where he's been a decoy or he's been hobbled, that comes up to about 20% of games. So when you get Julio Jones, I think you got to assume he's going to miss 4 games. Like, you got to just to average it out. Maybe he plays 16 games, 15 games. Sure. Maybe he plays 7 games, 9 games. Like, you have to factor that in. And so I guess a first round pick could still be on the table, but you gotta go all in, triple down, quadruple down, baby. Like, it's all or nothing. And as us, we're 3 Niner fans here. We look at we're back in the Super Bowl picture. But remember when we first went to the Super Bowl with the Beyonce blackout against the Ravens with the blackout conspiracy? That was so quick, that Kaepernick era. Like, it was Kaepernick, Gore, Vernon Davis. Like, that was quick. It was only 1 year. And it's like, you never know when you'll make it back. So you might as well go. Do you guys agree? You might as well go. Like if you're close to a Super Bowl, if you're a top 5 team, you might as well go for it.
Just one more thing to add on to this. Julio had his best 2 seasons leading the NFL in all the major stat categories when he was under Shanahan. So that's something important. Like Shanahan definitely knows how to use Julio, and I think we would maximize Julio the best out of any other situation. But I think the Falcons would have to accept the lower round picks. We obviously don't have a first, so that's the only thing that I think is getting in the way of this happening.
How many years out can you trade a first round pick? I wonder. Can you start trading picks like 2025, 2026?
I think it goes up to 4 or 5 years. It goes. There's a cutoff, but I forget what it is. It's like up to 5 years or 6 years or 4 years.
Miggs came back and talked about the Chargers, saying Herbert, they got money, could be an option.
That would be a sexy spot. We all like Herbert, right? I know Mike likes Herbert. Are you a Herbert fan, Drew?
I love Herbert. I think he's got a great hold of that offense, lots of weapons. Whew. He could do a lot of good things for like 10, 12, 14 years.
I think the key to the Chargers winning is defense, to be honest. I think Herbert can do it with anybody. So I think if they just have a solid defense,
they got Bosa, Joey Bosa. They just signed him to a big deal, so he'll be there for a while. I think with him as their anchor, Derwin James. They have a really solid nucleus on defense. They just gotta, grow along and keep putting weapons around Herbert, and I think they have a chance eventually.
This is a good comment. So just like an old basketball player, Julio could be load managed. So,
like the Tim Duncan and Tony Parker Spurs.
Yeah, just sit out some snaps. It won't be like NBA where it'd be rest day, but it'll be like, skip a practice, take some less snaps. On a team like the Niners, we can definitely do that because we got guys like Juszczyk, Debo, we got running backs, Ayuk. Like
Niners is the ideal landing spot. If somehow we can pull this off, I think we could win a Super Bowl this year with Julio.
Oh,
and
so
less injuries.
Yeah. Well, you have to stay healthy. But
I forgot to say in the beginning of this podcast. So, us three, this is where we started playing fantasy football back in college. It's been so long ago, but this is where we stared.
Most people don't know who that is on this.
Yeah, Drew had the first overall pick, and he went with Sean Alexander.
It was a bad choice because the year before is the MVP year. The year after,
just missed him.
Hey, that Super Bowl curse is real. Like, no, I don't know why exactly, but if you lose a Super Bowl, you are trash the next year.
Yeah.
Look at my boy Taylor Gabriel, Atlanta Falcons. Like they fell off
terrible.
Quick. Niners, everyone gets injured.
I don't think that'll happen with the Chiefs. I honestly don't. But I see your point.
I know, but we say that, we said that about the Niners probably twice. Like it does
and it
happen.
happened twice.
It happens.
All it takes is one Mahomes injury.
It happened twice.
Seasons down the toilet.
It always, like, I can't think of a time where it didn't happen. Like maybe the Steelers when they lost against the Packers. Maybe them. They didn't completely.
Raiders when they were in the Super Bowl against the Bucks never recovered.
Bro, 17-year recovery still hasn't
never
happened.
recovered.
And didn't Brady get hurt the year after they lost the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
Dang, that was after that magical year where Brady was just lighting it up, breaking records. Then he gets injured the first game.
Something like that.
Seahawks after they lost to the Patriots in the second one.
Did they fall off?
Yeah, they fell
Legion
off.
of Doom started. Everything started getting
everything
weird.
fell apart after that.
Yeah, but this
in 2008.
This is how long ago. This is how weird of a draft it was. So Sean Alexander went number 1 overall to Drew. Gilly, rest in peace. I think he drafted Darren McFadden like number 4 overall or something crazy like that. Darren McFadden his rookie year, and man, I drafted a bunch of big names, but my team was just average or slightly above it. It didn't perform that well. I went after big names. I guess that was a good lesson. Like, don't just go after people that were being talked about.
That's the germ draft strategy. It never works. Like
that's never works. It may have worked, back in the day for him, but it doesn't It doesn't work now. I gotta kind of question, like, so the Texans, I mean, they got a lot of quantity of poop over there. We don't know who their quarterback is. Like, do you dare draft a Houston Texan this year?
No.
If you're in a dynasty, maybe Davis Mills.
Davis Mills, super flex dynasty. The tight end, the rookie tight end's name is Brevin Jordan, right?
Yeah,
I like
Nico. What about Nico Collins?
I mean, in dynasty, I guess take a.
Let's talk about redraft though. Cooks or anybody like that? You thinking?
No,
I think in redraft. See, that's the thing, because everyone is saying no and getting disgusted. Like, Mike, you don't get, he doesn't go any earlier than round 9. So
probably later than that, maybe.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm just saying, like, no earlier. So he'll keep falling sometimes. And if you don't go wide receiver early, if you don't go DK Metcalf, Justin Jefferson, Calvin Ridley, you don't go those guys, or you just get one of those guys, I think. Brandon Cooks is a great late round strategy for and look, he's going to be your wide receiver 4, 3. Like, I like, and then Kiki Cutie, I don't even think he's getting drafted at all.
No, I just dropped him in one league.
Philip Lindsay's probably the only other draftable player.
Who's their starting running back? Is it still David Johnson?
Or is he David Johnson, Philip Lindsay.
Oh, Mark Ingram. That's right. Okay.
Houston is the new Bungles, according to one of our Facebook users.
I could see that. Bengals are on top right now. They're hot right now.
I like how it says the Facebook user is so anonymous.
That's good.
This guy can get away with anything.
Yeah.
Anything he wants.
This guy can get away with anything.
So we wanted to talk about Tebow for some reason.
Maybe he's going to get cut. Maybe he's going to make the team.
I think he's making the team.
I think he's obviously, from this picture, he might be on roids. I think it's fair to say that he looks a little too jacked for a backup tight end. I don't know. That's my theory.
Wouldn't that ruin like his whole image?
Yeah, if he got caught,
the cheater.
He ain't getting caught.
I would doubt he's going to be using steroids, but I'm sure the guy's just in the gym all day, every day.
But this doesn't alert you at all?
HGH?
Our Facebook user has revealed himself. It's Ray Amador, but he says, not sure why I'm Richie Incognito. I'm joking. Not sure why I'm Incognito.
That's very witty. But yeah, I mean, like,
he got busted.
Fair.
This is true.
I mean, like, I feel like his faith, I mean, it's working. I mean, look at, he got a job. He got another opportunity. He was playing pro baseball, and now he gets an opportunity to play tight end in the NFL with a potentially star quarterback, rookie quarterback. I think, things are going well for him.
Looking at all the NFL teams, I think the Jaguars have the worst tight end room.
Oh, by far.
For sure.
I guess Texans come to mind.
No.
It's just
Brevin Jordan might be better than all three of the.
Sure. Yeah. That's what we're thinking.
Sure. Tight ends. But no, Tebow, if he blocks, what about if he blocks? I mean, you got to block in the NFL to be a tight end in most cases.
You got to learn. Yeah, it's tough. You have to learn all that. That tight end's the one that it takes more time to learn as a rookie. If it's, especially if you're some people transition from wide receiver to tight end. That's a huge jump. Or just being a rookie tight end, playing tight end the first time. But let's face it. So he's a tight end, but he is the Taysom Hill position. Now he'll probably like, I don't even know if Taysom Hill really lined up at tight end. Like, not really. Like, I guess maybe H-back tight end. But Tebow might line up at tight end, actually. But it's always been said, like, there's reports today, but I always knew, and it's been said before, that he's supposed to be like Taysom Hill. I do see that, but, like, how much could you use him? Because you got Trevor Lawrence, who's pretty athletic. You just drafted Travis Etienne. You got James Robinson. You got Laviska, who can play, all the positions, wide receiver,
DJ Chark,
running back. DJ Chark is he's a deep threat, I'd say.
But keeps him on.
He's fast. He's speed. He's got speed. But I mean, like, how much would how often would you use a gadget player like Tebow?
I think he's a chess piece for them. I mean, obviously they have Urban Meyer. He's arguably an offensive genius. You know, they're putting ATN as a wide receiver, moving him around. So I think what this is all about is just being versatile and being able to do, confuse the defense and make them, second guess their coverages. But obviously he's not going to be throwing the ball that much. But, maybe he's got hands and we just don't know.
Is YouTube working, Drew?
We're for some reason it jumped off my screen, but yeah, it does look
the
like
views
it's working.
are low, and that's where our main audience.
Yeah, it looks like it's working on my side.
Oh, we're live on YouTube.
Yeah, you just got to click on the button, and then it goes right into it.
Okay, no, that's all this as long as it's good. What else we talk? Oh, let's. Anything we want to talk about before we jump into our rookies and our Superflex Dynasty draft we just did?
No, I think
let's do it.
We're good.
So I had some time to reflect because I was like, there hasn't been any bad picks. I don't know why, but it took me a while. So I got the board up here. I think there's just some bad picks. I think who was this? Cisco. He took Rashad Bateman at 2.1. And look, I get it. We have it's a 3 wide receiver league and a flex. So a lot of people are starting 4 wide receivers. But I mean, to draft Bateman over Trey Sermon is just, I don't think that's inexcusable. And on top of that, I'm pretty high on Michael Carter. So to draft Bateman, a Ravens wide receiver over Sherman and Michael Carter, I think is inexcusable. And even he was really debating on drafting Trey. I mean, Trey Sermon, 2nd round. Are you kidding me? Like, do you guys agree?
Yeah, I think Bateman would have been a lot better off if he was on a different team, honestly.
Yeah.
If he was on a different team, that would have been a valid pick if he's on a different team. But on the Ravens, I don't see him being that high producer. At least, I mean, long term, I don't think it's going to be like 1,000-yard seasons 5 years in a row or anything. I don't think we're looking at that for him. I mean, we're probably looking at 800-900 yards, probably capping out per season. I mean, he might hit 1,000 yards once and twice, but not a lot of upside is my point.
Mike, you think it's a dumb pick?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's definitely a dumb pick just because he's on the Ravens and, there's a lot of mouth speed. They're not a passing team. So he definitely should have went either Sermon, Carter, or even Gainwell. I think would have been a lot better, just safer, picking a running back, who's going to get volume.
Let me argue for him. If he's tanking, this is a good pick.
Yeah.
The reason I hate this pick is because, obviously he's on the Ravens, but there's so many factors going against us. And, you really got to try to take the ego out of this. You got to know that us, NFL teams, GMs, front offices, we're going to miss 50% of the time at least. And so just going with that. So we're going to miss on, like, some players are going to be busts, right? One of my biggest dynasty busts and a lot of other analysts was N'Keal Harry. Like, I loved him. He's a bust. He's terrible. Bill Belichick got it wrong. Like, so that's always going to happen. There's always a chance of bustability. So we have that, even though Rashad Bateman, well-rounded wide receiver, he checks all the boxes. He's good prospect. He still could be a bust. Then you have him on the Ravens, who use about half a wide receiver on snaps. Like, they don't even use wide receiver. So that's
3 tight ends, though.
He used 3 tight ends and a fullback and a running quarterback. So yeah, you got jumbo formations for sure. And then he's got to beat out Hollywood Brown. Very doable, but I'm just saying now
it's doable. Factor. Very doable.
But still another factor. Even if he's 1A and then Hollywood Brown's 1B, that's still not ideal. And then you have Lamar Jackson, who can throw the ball, who is good, but we've also seen him play like absolute trash last year. What does he do, Mike? What's the
He does the side.
How does he throw? Do the throw.
He goes like like that.
I go like this. I go like Mark Andrews, wide open, and then Lamar Jackson goes like this. And then he misses him 11 yards.
Mark Andrews is definitely their best receiver, like by far.
By far. He'd be 1A.
Yeah, so he's actually the alpha. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, come on. So you have all those factors have to work out. And if you're trying to win now, I don't think think this is the pick for you. That was just bad. He should have traded down or just draft Trey Sermon and don't overthink it.
Well, and for the record, Cisco has a contending team, I think. So you're right.
Yeah, that's even.
That makes it even worse for him.
Yeah, draft the Niners running back. They're all going down. Like it happens every second.
Yeah.
Well, I think I made a questionable trade with Cisco.
That's my second one that that was huge. I let
Hussein hates it, but I think it's an okay
What'd you
move.
do again?
Listen. I'll set it up. Drew finished second to last place
last season. Yes.
Yes. He has a pick at 2. He has the 2.07.
2.07.
This is
he has moves.
He has a bunch of picks. One of it's right now in time. It's at the 2.07. Drew's on the clock. Instead of drafting Marshall, she drafted
Terrace Marshall,
Carolina Panthers, which all of us love.
Yeah.
He trades for Tyler Boyd, who is a solid starter. Tyler Boyd you can start him at wide receiver.
For sure.
You can start him at wide receiver 3/flex every week. He's going to get you 8.5 points. He's good. He's solid. But the point is to try to win and go all out. It's dynasty. Why not go for the younger? I mean, Marshall in another draft class might be way higher. Like it's just like I feel like with Marshall we're nitpicking. Like, oh, he's tall. He doesn't have Wes Welker type quickness and change of direction. But I mean, this guy could be a stud. Darnold's a big question mark. We don't know. Like literally a question mark. Like I don't know. He might be good. He might be bad. He might be okay.
Third on the pecking order.
Who, Marshall?
Yeah, because he's got Anderson. He's got DJ Moore in front of him.
That might change though. Third in the pecking order, probably this second.
That's true, though. That's a valid point. He is definitely firmly
Boyd third in the pecking order.
Yeah, that's true.
That's what I'm saying. Marshall is third on the pecking order, right? Well, McCaffrey's an excellent receiver too, but let's just say third. Cool. But he can be Marshall could easily be second. Robbie Anderson is not old, but he's not young.
That's true. He had one good year.
Yeah, I just think that. Right there, I think you need to take a risk and go get the younger guy instead of, you played it super safe.
Yeah, it was a safe pick. I mean, or safe move in any case. I guess the reason more for it was can recap a little bit. I made a bunch of moves. I had actually the 3rd overall pick just from actually the lottery, but I also had the 10th and the 12th. So I had basically picked Justin Fields at number 3. I picked Javonte Smith at 10. Waddle was at 12, and then I actually had the 202, made a move back to 204, so I ended up picking Michael Carter.
When people say a bunch of numbers, I can't even.
Right, you guys.
I can't even keep up.
He was maneuvering. He was maneuvering though. Like that's all you need to know.
And at 207, I'm making my 5th pick of the draft, right? And I actually have a team that if I had enough young infusion of talent, plus maybe made some other moves that could potentially compete. So what I was thinking is if I have one decent, solid veteran, instead of trusting all of these rookie players, basically, that it could pair nicely for a season or two. In any case, I lose out on the potential long-term benefit of having Marshall, which
it's a variety.
It may not be a good move, but I'm just giving.
But are you that high on Tyler Boyd? Like you really like him that much?
I think he admits that it's a bad move.
Yeah, I admit that it's borderline, and probably my losing side more than the winning side, but that's why they play the games, right? You'll see what happens.
It's not detrimental, and we're over analyzing it for sure because it's Marshall versus Boyd, but
it's fun to analyze.
Yeah,
Boyd will probably have the better season next season, and that's a fact.
We should talk about Nacho and Sushane. Well, same person, sorry. So Sushane made a move. He actually traded right in front of me to number 9, and what happened was he traded Derrick Henry. I believe he got back this first round pick.
I love both of his trades, by the way.
He killed it.
The Kamara trade and the Henry trade, and I know it's very split. I know people.
You like the Kamara trade? I didn't like
the Kamara trade. He ripped off Gene, in my opinion.
See, look at that. See that?
Wait, why? Can you say
why? Look, I actually think it's like this. God. I think it's actually close.
I think it's close.
But he did good.
I don't think it's close.
And you got to also look at his team, dude. Like I feel like he made some good dynasty moves, bro. I think
he probably did make a good but what? Just can you explain that trade too? So he traded Kamara for Scary Terry, and
Montgomery and picks, right?
And picks? No.
Oh, was it 2 for 1?
Yeah, 2 for 1. Yeah.
No, this one came out of nowhere.
No picks.
It came out of nowhere.
Picks.
Literally,
I know it was no picks. It was definitely
we were 3 picks in, and it just came off the board. He basically said trade alert, and no picks were associated. It was a separate thing. But my point
I'm just asking it. What do you guys think?
Montgomery's 23. Well, Montgomery's 23. McLaurin's 24, I believe, if I'm correct.
Okay, so they definitely got youth.
Kamara's 25. If you're playing in dynasties, just
a little old for a running back. A little old.
I mean, and you have
but not
James
that old
or Taysom. It's just, to me, it's like I wouldn't take the Kamara side because of the risk factor. Plus, I prefer depth when it comes to the fantasy, or for when it comes to dynasty. So if you have 2, top tier starters, basically, which is what I think Montgomery and McLaurin are.
Okay.
I say you take that deal and run with it. He obviously sent it, but that's how it worked.
Okay.
The Derrick Henry trade, I think he probably also got a little bit over on Scout, to be honest. If you think about it, I think he got a first, a second, and then like next year's second or something like that. Plus, I think Amari Cooper or something in the deal. If you look it up, I can actually find it for you.
So here's the I'm on fancycouch.com. So yeah, you guys were right. It was straight up.
Yeah.
I thought it was for picks. I guess it's a lot closer than I thought.
Yeah, I told you.
Yeah, that's that's tough to give up Kamara.
That's what I said. I was like, what?
It's tough because David Montgomery is cool, but
he's not like you can plug and play Kamara every game and just set it and forget.
Here was my point, because he did have a plan to go get running backs, so he did get Javonte Williams. Yeah,
and so he went young.
Even though he had a supposed good team, like his roster is not that great. Like he knew he wanted to build it like a dynasty roster with younger players.
Right.
So I don't know. I'd say now I guess it's a fair trade. It's an even trade.
Here's the Derrick Henry trade for you.
You really think that you got over on him, Drew?
I think David Montgomery is going to be real good this year, and I think McLaurin with Fitzpatrick.
I don't know.
Over Kamara, the individual, that
Kamara had a great season last year.
He's a super talent. He's going to go down as one of the best, running backs,
especially PPR. He was ridiculous last year.
Yeah. Okay, so here's the
far off as I thought.
Here's the trade.
You got it. The Derrick Henry trade. Okay, so it's Derrick Henry for Scope. So basically, this was at the moment. He's basically like sending this. We had 10-minute clock, 5-minute clock.
5 minutes.
I'm sure he sent it like right as his pick was up, right? And Scout sees this alert. He goes, wow, I'm going to get Derrick Henry, but I'm going to give up Jerick McKinnon.
Who cares?
Amari
That's good.
Cooper.
He frees up roster space. That's great.
Yeah.
Right. So Amari Cooper, a 2022 second-round pick.
Okay.
And then the first-round pick, so the 209. And then where did he pick in the second round? Can you check? Because he got Scout's second-round pick. Or you got Gene's second round pick, which would have been like number 9, I believe, number 9 or 10.
What am I looking at? Second round?
I think I'd rather have Derrick Henry.
Where he picked Damani Brown. When he picked Damani Brown. So he basically got Damani Brown, and he also got Javonte Williams. Plus he's going to get Scott's second round pick next year.
This is good maneuvering.
And Amari Cooper.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I don't know, though. I think, how old is Derrick Henry? He is...
28?
Ooh,
no. 26. 26.
No, okay, I think I'd still rather.
I would have got killed in the comments.
So there's 2 factors. So Derrick Henry, I think he's not a normal running back.
Yeah,
I think
he's definitely not normal.
He's very freakish. I think he can handle the workload, but he is coming off of 2 disgusting. I mean, we're talking about a guy who just had over 400 touches last year and more in the playoffs. Like it's pretty bad. So I think for Sushane, I think this was a good trade. I love this trade. I love how he's building the team himself. And keep in mind, this is an orphan team. He wanted to really put his stamp on it. And he told me he really wanted to attack this year's draft. And, that's just not a fun fact. Like, I want to have fun and do this. Like, I think he's building the team how he wants it and how he thinks is the best for his dynasty. And so if you look at the big picture, I think this is great. As far as Derrick Henry, sure, he might have 2 more years, but he's going to fall off at everybody does. I don't know if he'll be like Adrian Peterson, age 32, 31, coming back from ACL. I don't think Henry can do that. I think only Adrian Peterson can.
I mean, Barry Sanders, by the way, did like 10 straight years of
Frank Gore.
But
then he retired.
And
well, he didn't play for the Lions, though. Yeah.
Oh, we have Amar on here too, by the way. He said, "What's up, guys? Now, do you guys want to talk about Amar's pick at number 4? He had number 4 and 5, so he went Zach Wilson number 4.
Amar's the guy who has a personal story and a background to every pick. He's very attached to every draft pick he has. He's a very emotional. He's like welcome to the family, and he has a story for every draft pick.
Maybe like a celebratory dinner with them too, or something, right? He just has them around the kitchen table.
We could just see if they're on Cameo. You guys know Cameo. You see Jamar Chase on Cameo.
Get some cardboard cutouts.
Amar did cool.
Zach Wilson, though, I think. What do you think about Zach Wilson at number 4? I went Justin Fields at number 3. Then you have Zach Wilson number 4, and Jamar Chase number 5. I think Chase would have, should have probably been number 3, but I needed a quarterback.
And Wilson, that's the thing that sucks about Superflex Dynasty is like going into a draft when you need a quarterback is a little bit tough. But I did the same thing. I went with Lance, 2nd overall. Like you got to do what you got to do. Hopefully I don't need to reach for quarterbacks next year. Hopefully, I think that should be the plan. Try not to reach for rookie quarterbacks in Dynasty Superflex rookie drafts.
Well, I hear there's not going to be very many good ones like there's this year. Anyways, this next upcoming class. But who knows? They could come out of the woodwork. So,
hey, I got my guy. I think Lance could easily be a top 6 quarterback with his rushing upside and with Shanahan. It can easily happen. Like Shanahan makes a lot of players look good, especially running backs and quarterbacks. And we saw it with Matt Ryan. We'll see, man. I think Trey Lance could take off. So I'm going to still leave this board up. So what's one rookie you love and one rookie you hate? Let's start off with Mike.
Well, one that I love, I'm a little biased because I drafted him with the 8th overall pick in the other league that me and Drew are in, but I think Javonte Smith has a chance to be really special this year simply because he already has the connection with Jalen Hurts. Who's going to be the quarterback for the Eagles, his first season as a full-time starter. And then I think that they're going to have that connection. He's an excellent route runner. There's not a lot of competition for, balls. Like he only has to compete with Jalen Reagor, essentially, who was a first-round pick a year ago. But I think he's special. He's a little bit like, he has the same body type as Deshaun Jackson. So I think there's going to be a little he's going to be like Deshaun Jackson, but better for the Eagles. So I'm really high on him. Do you want me to tell you who I'm down on, or is that?
Well, really quick with Javonte Smith. So I posted a TikTok. You guys can follow me on their Fantasy Couch. No cringy, like very minimum cringe levels. Like I promise you that.
No dancing or dancing?
No, zero. Okay, minimum good, cringe. Good. Minimum. Dancing is ultimate cringe. That's it.
I don't want to see you on there like doing the nay or whipping it or whatever. Like,
cringe alert
for a few more views. Yeah. No. Very minimal cringe, guys. Go follow me on TikTok at Fantasy Couch. So I posted on there. So he's like supposed to be 6'1", whatever. Supposed to be like 175 pounds, something like that. Then he refuses to weigh in. Then he weighs in, and so he's only 6 foot. I don't remember the exact number.
166.
Yeah, and 6, and so he's like 3/4 of an inch shorter, and he's about 10-15 pounds lighter. And I mean, this guy is really, really skinny.
Yeah,
but. I mean, the guy's
won the Heisman. I mean, you got to be good to win the Heisman.
You got to get open. He gets open.
Yeah, he gets open. That's all that matters.
I feel like he can do it in the intermediate. He can definitely do it, deep. He can definitely be a deep threat. I think he can do it in the short game. And I think the bigger question is Jalen Hurts. I kind of feel like I don't care. I like Devontae Smith so much that I'm like, whatever. I'll look over this little thing here, Jalen Hurts. But what do you guys think about Jalen Hurts?
There was a sports science though, real quick, about Devontae Smith. Like for his size, he has freakishly long arm wingspan and hands. So he has that going for him that you wouldn't expect. So that's something that keeps him, gives him an advantage.
And for Javonte, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, DeAndre Hopkins is pretty skinny too. Now, he probably filled in as he got older. But he's a pretty skinny guy too in terms of just like overall mass. Now,
I think
if you look at DeAndre,
he's making
DeAndre. He doesn't take hits.
That's a reach.
Think about DeAndre. He doesn't take hits. He gets down. He makes.
What do you base this off of? A fathead sticker? Like what is?
I'm saying there's ways that
DeAndre Hopkins is on Slim Fast. What is these rumors?
Well, look at him when he he came into the league. He was probably a lot skinnier than is now. Is what I'm saying. He built up the strength. He's
Hopkins is 212 pounds and half an inch, like barely taller than Devontae.
Let's see what his stats were his rookie year.
He's only 50 pounds heavier.
That's so much.
He's also 4 or 5 inches taller.
Is similar.
I was just like making fun of Drew, but now I'm like, what I said was like the dude is 50 pounds heavier. Like I don't think like Kamara looks skinny, right? But he's not like he does have some mass. Like he just looks skinny. Like Hopkins, he looks kind of twiggy. But no, this guy is 212 pounds. That's
well, now he is. I mean, he's 28 years old. I mean, when you get older, you get just more.
Devontae Smith's not getting that much bigger, though. I just don't see it happening.
50 pounds.
He could fill out. No, not 50 pounds. But my point is, he can get down. He can catch balls on the sidelines. He can burn people. I think that he's just not going to get hit like these other wide receivers who go over the middle.
How big was Deshaun Jackson?
I have breaking news. Oh my God. I think Hopkins was 2 pounds heavier in college.
Whoa. So Drew, it all came full circle.
No, I said I got one that says 205 here, but I got others that say 214 pounds. So still
it's not similar.
It's bad comparison by Drew.
Bad comparison.
He's still in
like
training
thought process.
Yeah, you can't make up stats on this show. We can't we'll get sued.
You can't make us.
He's almost the same exact height as he's 6'1", so he's just slightly taller.
Yeah. Okay. So
but his separation, he gets separation is what he's good at.
The thing is, Devontae Smith's way faster in a foot race. Like that's not even a question.
Sure.
That dude is blazing.
Getting open, beating the cornerback off.
And his ball skills, like he's able to high point the ball like better than a lot of wide receivers. Probably the best.
So Jalen Hurts, yay or nay? He sucks or he's got some hope?
I think he's gonna take a huge leap from year 1, year 2. Now that he's the full-time starter, they didn't draft a quarterback for a reason. They could have drafted Mac Jones if they wanted to, or Justin Fields if they wanted to. But I think they're confident that Jalen Hurts is their guy, and I think they doubled up with getting him his Alabama wide receiver in Devontae Smith, and they traded up to do so. So I think that they know what they got. He's obviously in their eyes better than Carson Wentz was, and he's going to be good. And I think that he'll surprise a lot of people.
How about if the Eagles can get Deshaun Watson after let's say this thing's settled quickly, his legal issues, for a first and a second, you get Deshaun Watson. Would they do it?
Maybe 2 firsts. 2 firsts.
Probably. I mean, obviously, anyone who has a chance to get Deshaun Watson, realistically, will probably try. No matter what their QB situation, especially if they have a guy like Hurts who, doesn't have the pedigree. But
Deshaun Watson's top 5.
He's a top. Obviously, I think they'd have to do that. Obviously. But I think they like what they have in Hurts. They're confident in him, and I think he's going to prove a lot of people wrong.
So Mike is basically saying, if I was the front, like you're like Deshaun Watson, Jalen Hurts. I don't know, Deshaun Watson on that team, you can really take that.
Yeah, you'd have to try. You'd have to take a stab at it for sure.
And then Devontae Smith becomes just. Wow, his stock goes insane. He starts to become nearly a top 5 wide receiver in Dynasty Fantasy.
Like a CeeDee Lamb.
Exactly. Like he's like, oh my God, like that's a guy I must have on my team.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. That's different though.
What are we doing?
I think the Dolphins could do that too. The Dolphins should try if they really.
What do we have? Should I bring up the Tua news?
Yeah, let's bring it up.
Tua says, I wasn't comfortable calling plays. Tua told reporters, I think the guys that were here last year were phenomenal. I just didn't have the comfortability of checking plays, alerting plays, and doing that. I just rode with the play, even if I knew it wasn't going to work. I was going to try to make it work still. Words from Tua.
That sounds like me trying to go to college. Like, hey, just trying to make it work. It may not work, but I'm going to try to make it work.
Sounds like my first choice, my first major that I switched. That didn't work out. Now
that's like me trying to play Madden against Brain. Wasn't good. I just couldn't figure out the plays. Like, it was hard. I didn't have any plays to check down to. Like, it was just I was riding with the, what they suggested. But I think honestly, in real life, like, it was hard for him. It wasn't a secret he struggled last year, obviously. And I think no matter how smart you are, like, you're going to have trouble picking up an NFL playbook. Like, Justin Herbert did good last year. Obviously, I think that was an anomaly. But Tua, I mean, he's talented. And I think with another year under his belt, grasping the offense, now they got him Jaylen Waddle and a bunch of other weapons. I think he has to take a leap as well.
I think Herbert made it not fair.
Yeah.
For him, because it's we had the pandemic and all this weird stuff, and then Tua versus Fitzmagic versus Tua, and it was just like, it was bad. I'm not trying to come up with excuses, but I am trying to say that he was a rookie. Let's see what happens year 2. Like, this happens a lot. Peyton Manning threw 283 interceptions his first year. Let's see what happens. That's true. Year 2, he cut that out. He said, "We're going to stop that."
I actually looked at the highlights of Tua. I'm like, let's just see. Like, was he good or bad? Like, let me see. And then I looked at it. He was actually a lot better than I thought. Like, he made some bad decisions in crunch time, but he made some throws, and he's really good in the pocket, like maneuvering around. So I think he has a lot of potential. Once the game slows down a lot more for him in year 2, which it will, he has to be better. And I think it's going to be noticeable.
Who's a rookie you hate? Mike.
Oh, I hate Kadarius Toney on the Giants, only because I think the Giants just have too many mouths to feed on that in their wide receiver.
Like Saquon in my other dynasty league, baby. Let's go.
And then I don't know about Daniel Jones. I'm still not a believer. I just think that they weren't able to get the guy they wanted, which is Javonte Smith, because they got the Eagles traded up. So I think it kind of put them in a bad spot. So they had to go back down, and they were like, okay, we can still get Kadarius Toney, but it's not. It was like reluctant, It was like
that's
a good point, though. That's a really good point.
You didn't get the girl you wanted, so you date her sister.
Her
sister
like her uglier sister
is not as smoking hot as the first sister.
Good personality.
Bateman there.
Yes. Or that, So they just messed up and they panicked. It was a panic pick. And that's what happened.
Especially this last draft. Maybe it's just how I'm thinking, but my God, does the real NFL draft look so much like fantasy? Look at the Jaguars. What am I looking at here? What is this? The Jaguars.
This is the Jaguars leaked grades. Player grades on the top right corner. So as you can see, their highest grade was 8.0, which they gave to Trevor Lawrence. Interestingly enough, they also gave an 8.0 score to Jaylen Waddle. So you can read that how you want. Either he was as good in their mind as Trevor Lawrence, or he was the top wide receiver. Either way, you're stoked if you're the Dolphins, because they gave him a super high grade. You know what I mean? So that must mean something.
Yeah, this looks so much like our draft party, and as most people know, I don't like humans. So I really liked having a Zoom party. I liked having some, YouTube celebs on there. But the last few, I really missed our draft party. So I think we might bring it back. I think we might
only if you're vaccinated or just whatever.
Yeah, probably. Now that there's a vaccine, I'm like, let's bring it, because it was a lot of fun. Like, sure, we can have, some celebs on there, but like people the viewers really missed it. They were like, this is sick, you guys did it, but it just, like, where's, like, are you guys bringing back the real draft? Like, that was the real thing. This was the real thing, but broadcasted on Zoom. Like,
not as cool.
What happened was, like, I would rent all this equipment every year, and it's disgusting. It costs so much money. So I was doing the math. Like, this is like simple math. I was like, look, if we have 2.5 draft parties, the equipment will pay for itself. I'll start saving money. And then a pandemic hit. I couldn't use it. I go use it what? So I bought a podium. I bought a bunch of tables. I don't know if I bought a couple chairs, but like had all that stuff. Tables, a podium, everything's so cheap on Amazon. And couldn't even use it. And it's like just sitting there. So I think we're gonna use it this year, baby. Bring back the turducken.
People are gonna be so happy. I think people need the return back to normal.
Yeah, we need it. I need it, and I think our viewers need it. I think it's one of the most like it's a ritual. I think it's just like a couch fam or YouTube viewers. I think that's the one that they want to see. That and my Instagram Experts League draft. I think those are the two things. I think the couch party is way more OG though. Like I really feel that's the video that the people want to see, and I want to give them what they want to see. And just me last couple months, I've been actually missing it. I think we're bringing it back, baby. We'll make it more. I might get like huge cake this time.
Yeah,
just go all out like a 2-story, 3-story cake. Like just go insane with it. Like because it's back, baby.
The stadium cake.
Something in the stadium cake. That would be crazy. Maybe
Anyways, I want to mention, just so you guys know, we have the wrong photo up, but I did send you their correct one. This is actually who they drafted. So this is their top 2 draft picks. If you want to check
producer skills, okay,
check this link. We're live.
Let's see if he's learning. Yeah.
Okay,
but it's a low res, but you'll see.
But he's got it though. He's got it.
I found
it.
Yeah, that's an 8 though on the Waddle. Great.
If you can zoom in, that's basically saying they had Jaylen Waddle rated the same as Trevor Lawrence, which, I mean, who's to say they're not the same rating, but they needed a quarterback. So
who's that second guy?
That's Jalen Phillips, and they gave him a 7.
Is that a pass rusher?
Yeah.
Miami University.
Edge rusher.
University of Miami.
He's actually really good. So he actually had a high grade.
He's got a 7.5?
Yeah. The highest is 8. So
dang, they gave him
out of 8, they gave him a 7.5, and he was a late first. If I'm not
what
mistaken.
Is all this leak? What is these leaks? These are real. Huh? I mean, he
was a Dolphins draft pick. Dolphins drafted him a little later in the first round.
Yeah, but it was leaked from the Jaguars draft.
So I seen the same thing for the Packers, and right away my BS meter went off. I'm like, this is BS. But this, when you looked at we're like. This I didn't hear about this till you guys brought it, but this looks real. Like I'm convinced
it is real.
This is
100% real.
It's real. Like my BS meter is not going off. I mean, that's a pretty detailed board. Like somebody made those type of.
But how do you read that? Do you really think that Jaylen Waddle is that good, or do you think that they overrated him? Like, what do you think happened there?
I think they think he's that good. He's explosive. Like he put the.
They love him.
He's gone.
I think the only I think Jaylen Waddle just maybe smaller sample size. I don't know. He got hurt.
Well, he sat out the whole last season because he got injured.
He got
so did
Chase.
No, it wasn't the whole last season.
He played like 5. I think he played 5.
I think he played 3 games, but whatever. But yeah, he didn't have his. He wasn't as dominant as he was in 2019.
Don't go exaggerating things like Drew, bro. I'm trying to say DeAndre Hopkins weighs like 105 pounds.
That's only 50 pounds different.
50 pounds.
Not that much.
All right, we know the meme. We're gonna Discord meme. If DeAndre Hopkins ate 252 cheeseburgers, that's the Photoshop. How he's gonna look.
Oh, you mean Javonte Smith?
Oh, I did.
Yeah.
I don't know which one we make. Yeah, we can make Devontae Smith fat or make Hopkins skinny. I don't know.
I don't know.
All right, we'll figure it out. But that's gonna be the joke.
Yeah.
We got an inside joke.
What are we talking about? So I basically already revealed me. I love Michael Carter. That's my rookie. I absolutely love. And I love Elijah.
Is he the number 1 starter in New York, or is that already?
Well, he's going up against LaMichael Pirine. Le'Veon Bell's a free agent. I mean, he's not coming. I mean, I don't even know why I mentioned him.
Why'd you?
It's just. I don't know.
That has nothing to do with the Jets.
When I imagine Le'Veon Bell, he's wearing a Jets jersey, and I just said it. It is. Okay. This is like the last place he's going. So LaMichael Pirine and God, I totally forgot there's
Tevin
2
Coleman.
other.
Frank Gore.
Tevin Coleman.
The mix.
Frank Gore, I think, is a free agent.
Is he free agent?
Yeah, he's a free agent.
Niners, you know what to do.
And there's another guy who's like
for a day.
For a day.
For a year.
Ceremonial.
For a year, baby.
Yeah, if 2 more backs go down, we're definitely calling.
Yeah,
up
for
Frank.
a year.
Let's
do it for
just off the old shoulder pads.
Can we get him for less than the minimum? Less than veteran.
Sure.
We're like, look, we'll give you this, just give us back some money.
Just give us back $100K. You don't need it. It's fine.
Just bring us back some money at the end of the season.
We took care of you for 5 years minimum.
So essentially, I don't like Ravens wide receivers much. They hurt my feelings. No. I like Michael Carter. Absolutely love him. I love the value. Like you just like, to me, he's really close to Travis Etienne, just because Etienne's great talent, but the landing spot's not the best. He's really close to him. I still slight edge to Etienne in Dynasty. I'd take him, but and Javonte Williams too. He's close, but I'd still take Javonte Williams, just less risk. But that I love Michael Carter that much, and Elijah Mitchell's like my sleeper. So those were my picks. Drew, who do you love? Who do you hate as far as rookies?
I mean, I tried to get Javonte Williams in this draft. I was targeting him myself, so I'd say I love Javonte Williams, and then just because of his situation playing in Denver, they may get Rodgers, and he's just a 3-down back, I think.
What's the chance? Put a number on it, guys. What's the percentage chance they get Rodgers?
60-40, I'd say at this point.
Wow.
Wait, who? What's the question?
The Bronco. What's the chance that Rodgers will be in a Broncos uniform this year?
I'm not buying that.
I think 20. It's going to happen.
16. I'd say 16%.
Yeah, I'd say more like 10%. 10%.
Yeah, at most 16%.
Yeah.
Elway was got a thing for old MVP.
What's 60? So you're saying 60%, Drew?
I say 60-40. I think they have the draft capital.
What's 64? Which one's 64? 60%. He's a Bronco.
Yeah, I mean, I think
who are your sources?
Somebody's going to go back.
That's what they asked Adam Schefter.
Yeah,
and he said there's no source. He said there's not a source.
Who are your sources?
I think also, too, when you look at it, I mean, Javonte Williams, he just ran people over. I mean, that's the kind of Derrick Henry-esque back you want nowadays. If they're going to get, fantasy points for your team, you want them to be in there as much as possible.
Is he as big as Derrick Henry? He's that big?
He's not as big as Derrick Henry, but he's a bigger back like Derrick Henry in a way. Okay. I'm not saying he's going to be Derrick Henry, but having that 3-down back kind of feel, old school running back, I like that. And then the pick I don't really like, I mean, I avoided him, is Rondelle Moore. I just think he's going to be injury prone.
I like Rondelle Moore.
That's the guy the Cardinals drafted.
For him.
Yeah,
you're tripping, bro.
You're tripping, man.
I don't think he's going to be
much. Man.
Big take. Look, first of all, Drew's not really good at this weight thing. First of all, Javonte Williams is 5'10". I mean, that's just. I mean, I get what you mean. He's a power back for sure. Like that's.
He's not.
He's 5'10".
But Derrick Henry.
I thought he was like 6'2". How Drew was describing.
Derrick Henry is a massive defensive end.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's just Derrick Henry is 6'3".
Your player comparisons
for a running back, it's pretty. It's pretty different. I think Michael Carter is 5'10". I think so. I mean. People say
I think
small,
Javonte is just the type of guy you're going to have he's going to be on the field a lot. He's just going to be
Michael
out
Carter's
there.
5'8". Sorry.
Okay. Yeah, Michael Carter's not going to be out there every down. He'll be out there on passing downs. He'll split them out wide.
On the Jets, I mean, who's gonna? So Tevin Coleman's going to get the dirty work. Like, I mean, he's the power back.
Solid trust him.
LaMichael Pirine. You think he's a power back though? You think he's a first and second down grinder? That's what I'm saying.
He can run between the tackles.
I mean,
you don't have to be
because they might not have a choice. Like I wouldn't want LaMichael Pirine running in between the tackles for my team.
They're not even gonna run. They're just gonna throw Zach Wilson all over.
Yeah, short passes to Michael Carter, baby. Short passes to Michael Carter.
They're not gonna run.
Yeah, why would you
have the personnel for that?
Yeah.
What the hell are you
guys? Robert Saleh doesn't like running the ball.
The Jets running the ball.
The Jets? Are you kidding me?
No, he's
going to want to run the ball. He's going to want to make sure all three of those running backs have at least some percentage of carries. It's just depending on who's
I don't even consider them real running
backs.
I don't even consider them real running backs.
Yeah, they're not.
Pirine, he's like a 4th-string running back to me. Tevin Coleman, like the dude's been dead for like 3 years. Like, I mean, what are we doing with Tevin Coleman? Like, he hasn't done anything since Shanahan in that Super Bowl. Like,
well,
you're gonna
who
be
knows if they
slanging
will be able to run the ball? They're gonna try to run the ball.
Salah would like to, but I don't. I think it'll be short pass game. I really see the short pass game. A lot of receivers on the field. Yeah, just
a lot of Elijah Moore.
Yeah,
like a little. It could be. Yeah. Let's see what happens to Crowder. What are we talking about? I don't even remember.
We're devolving into the Jets.
Moore.
Javonte Williams versus Derrick Henry. That's what.
Yeah, I thought Javonte Williams was huge when Drew was describing him because
he's power and he's great balance. Like, there's no doubt about it. He's
not a big guy, 220, 5'10".
That's big. No, that is big. That's a big dude for sure.
You know who was supposed to be the next Derrick Henry last season was AJ Dillon, and he was just big for nothing.
For one game, baby.
Yeah, he did have that one game.
He just went.
That's
true.
That's true.
If you had him in DFS, oh my God, you cashed out like insane. Yeah.
But that was it. Like he actually is big like Derrick Henry. But he just didn't,
Oh, so Drew doesn't like Rondelle. Let me tell you about Rondelle Moore. Like,
tell him.
Okay, let's look up the Rondelle.
I didn't really want Rondelle.
I mean, bro, this guy
look
can
at his stats.
squat. This guy can run.
This guy's a freak of nature.
But you got to see him in this offense, though. Yeah. I mean, I guess in redraft he's okay. Like, a lot of these guys in redraft is tough. I mean, like Javonte Williams obviously has a role, but I think in Dynasty, bro, you got AJ Green. Andy Isabella is expired already. Like, that's already done. So you got AJ Green. He's going to play like one more year at most. Larry Fitzgerald is right now a free agent. Yeah, Christian Kirk, he's good, but overall disappointing, I'd say. So it's like, I really see, and they don't use a tight end there. So, and Dan Arnold was one of the best tight end there last year. He's not there anymore. So this guy's going to be used a lot like jet sweep, scat back, little plays here. He's like a Tavon Austin, but like Debo, not like a weak, like a Tavon Austin that can punk you. You know what I mean?
Well, we'll have to see. I just don't see it being successful. At least right now, maybe Cliff Kingsbury has a plan and can use him as a weapon, and it'll be successful.
When he gets the ball, he is a running back for sure. So I absolutely love Rondelle Moore.
He'll get trucked. He's going to get hit by a linebacker in the NFL and be out for 3 weeks in a row.
He's not. That's what I'm saying.
He's
not. You're planning out. You're making him look like Tavon Austin, who gets tossed around like a rag doll. This is not him. This guy is. Let me see what he squats. I don't know these. Rondelle Moore squats 600 pounds. I mean, this is no joke, man. Wow. He is huge. Rondelle Moore. Look at this 40 time.
It's like 4.3. It's like 4.3.
2.9.
2.9. Okay.
40 time. Okay, look at that's.
It doesn't always compute though.
181 pounds. He's not tiny. He squat. Look at this. Yeah, so I'm saying, like, if you look at it from the whole, sure, like that's another. I mean, I think that's just anyone might not be able to translate. So I can't, I can't give you anywhere near a guarantee. But I'm telling you, look at the big picture. Cliff Kingsbury. They got a lot of wide receivers, but like I said, AJ Green, Andy Isabella's already gone, no tight end. I think he can be great. And where he's going in Dynasty,
this late, it's value that late.
Where's he usually going? Like, what spots he usually late round?
More 2? Like where Sermon is, Elijah Moore. I think he's going like early round 2.
Well, he went 2.08 in this league, so I think he's not getting. I think let's say mid round 2 because some people don't play super flex. I don't think he's going that. I mean, if you can get him late round 2, where I like him, I think
that's value late round 2, but I don't think he's going above guys like Gainwell, for example. I mean,
he there's a good chance he's not. Yes.
Is Amari Rodgers getting drafted before Rondelle Moore? I mean, all of these guys
most of the time got
drafted before Rondelle.
That was a reach. Yeah. That Rodgers pick, I think that was a reach.
I mean, look, he's on the Green Bay Packers. I think whoever drafted him, Credibles, his team name. I think he's expecting Aaron Rodgers to be that's the thing. If Aaron Rodgers is not there, that's gonna be the worst pick in the entire draft. I'd rather just have all the Ravens wide receivers than Amari Rodgers without Aaron Rodgers. Who's the quarterback? Blake Bortles?
You got Love looking better in camp, supposedly, according to Twitter.
No,
he hit a couple of receivers.
No.
Okay, hold on. I need to ask a follow up question.
I'm just telling you what they're saying.
I need to ask a follow up question. What receivers?
His 7th string wide receiver. You
the
heard of
7th, the wide receivers. Who is that?
Deandre Hopkins. You've heard of him, right? No, I'm joking.
Oh,
it was a meme going around.
I saw
a meme.
Oh, they really did get DeAndre Hopkins. I saw the meme. I didn't even think so. So that's their wide receiver 1 in camp. All right, we got a connection going on.
Let me get that meme for you. Give me a sec here.
Producer Drew on it. Blake Bortles hype coming. I mean, I can't even argue with that. I think Charlie's spitting just facts. I don't even know. Well, I think that's it. What do we got? We have a meme coming. We're going to end it on the meme.
I think there's one more topic, though.
What topic?
There's one more thing you wanted to chat about. Check the doc while this fails me.
Are you sure?
We can talk about trades. Rodgers going to the Broncos. Minshew going to the Packers. Stephon Gilmore, I don't see happening. Jimmy G. Where would Jimmy G go?
I think he'd go anywhere where the quarterback gets injured in the first couple of weeks. That's where he's going.
I guess I agree. I think that's the thing that makes the most sense, where they would actually give us a good offer.
Yeah, for sure.
This isn't the meme, actually. I found something that looks a little more official. Let's see what we found here. This looks like it came straight off the NFL press 2 days ago.
Okay.
This is terrible. I need a meme.
DeAndre Hopkins.
This is an official post. What am I supposed to do with this? This is not entertainment.
I can't find the meme for some reason. They probably blocked it.
It's on Discord. Go to Discord, go to sports memes. Do you have Discord on the computer?
Oh no.
Oh yeah, no. Producer. Oh no. Damn it.
I think it's gonna take a second, guys, to load on this one.
And that's it.
I actually have it though.
I'm bringing it up as well. We got to get.
You got it.
I mean, this meme's not. It's not even that good, and we're taking.
It's a bad meme anyway.
No, it's an okay. It's an okay meme. It's just. It's not. It's probably not worth the trouble though.
I'm finding it now though.
Might as well.
Got it.
It. It is kind of funny though.
It's a song.
I think it's funny. It made me laugh. I genuinely laugh. Can we get DeAndre Hopkins?
So
we have DeAndre Hopkins at home. Patrick signed wide receiver DeAndre Hopkins.
Yes, for our audio listeners.
Yet?
I've never seen it.
Yeah,
it's hilarious.
It's a good meme. So it's
a good meme.
It's based off, like, Mom, can we get McDonald's? And your mom goes, like, we have burgers at home. Like, we have Big Mac at home, and then you go, the Big Mac is just, it's terrible. It's a sliced bread. It's whole wheat sliced bread. It's not even a burger bun.
With a Kraft single on top.
Kraft single on top that's not melted or nothing. No sauce. You just have the ketchup on the side.
One of those microwavable burgers.
Yeah. That's fake sesame seeds.
I'd eat it. I actually hate the Big Mac, but
I love the Big Mac. Great burger.
Yeah, I'm with you. Quarter pounder and a Big Mac. 2 for $5.
It's one of my least favorite fast food.
You don't like the middle slice, huh? You're not a middle slice guy.
I just hate all burgers at McDonald's. It's just all condiments. It's all just nasty. I'll stick to the chicken nuggets maybe. If I get a burger, I'm going In-N-Out, maybe Carl's Jr.
Newsflash, that ain't chicken, man.
Tastes good though. What is this? What is this?
We got a curveball.
Is this a bad joke? Is this a bad joke?
He's talking about Terrace Marshall.
I like Terrace Marshall. I actually drafted him in the captain's league, so I didn't mention this earlier. But one reason why I didn't take him twice is if you bust twice, then I'm sitting there twice.
Oh, that is one thing you didn't mention. Yeah, you did.
So I do actually like him. Yeah. I do like Terrace Marshall a lot, but I just in the 5 minutes that I had to make the pick, I just panicked. To be honest with you, I should have doubled down on Terrace Marshall because I think he's going to be really good. Actually,
you're like 3 seconds. Avoid.
I don't know what size type he would be. Should I wrongly compare him to Matt LaFleur's size or something?
Matt LaFleur's size? Matt LaFleur's height and weight?
He's about the same size as
we should just do like a random player generator and then just be like
Terrace Marshall, he's tall. Is he I think
he's like 6'1", I think.
He's like Darren Sproles. He's the
6'1". I think he's 6'4", bro. 6'3".
You're probably right.
Yeah, he's tall. Yeah, he's tall. He's a tall. He's a big body, tall wide receiver. So
Drew's like he's the next Wes Welker. It's like what?
That is good. I love it. Hey, I love it taking a joke, so you can lay it on me.
We have good feedback from the meme. Mike likes it.
I liked it.
Amar likes it. Nacho likes it.
We get Deandre Hopkins.
We'll
DeAndre
go ahead and read this. We'll end on this, whatever this is.
Hot Rock Nation says, if the Bears trade Anthony Miller to the Packers, would that be Rodgers needs to come back? Question mark.
All I gotta say,
is it a troll question?
I think that's a better meme than the meme we just posted. So congratulations. Hot Rock Nation gets the #1 meme award. Very nice. Hopefully this was a good format. I think we did good. I think we did very good for our first show. I think we'll keep it going. Maybe we'll do every Thursday night or something like that. We'll see what's up. A lot more live streams, and we'll change things up. Guys, if you learned one thing on this podcast, that's to follow me on TikTok at Fantasy Couch. All right, guys. Peace.
Later.
Late.